Would you keep core as part of the product that you've brought along with you on this journey from the 90s to now versus what are those innovations that are new and help with the flexibility, the complexity of e-commerce and today's modern buyer?
Great question. When I think back of Clippership, they're still out there, by the way, but back then we had our own rating engine. We imported, the rate structures were extremely simple and they only changed, thank God, once a year. Then when we went to the cloud, carrier APIs started to be the way to get rates and to get labels and so forth. I think in many ways that made me lazy in terms of innovation. We relied more on the carrier to assist in making decisions. So the innovation that runs at the core is that optimization engine that doesn't rely on the carrier APIs because the carriers don't want their APIs to be used for order optimization, to iteratively look at all the potential rates and times in transit that could be considered, right? If you tried to use your API to do that or to run simulations or to run plans, they don't want their APIs used that way and will shut you down or scale you down during the worst possible time at peak. So we built this optimization engine that does what Clippership used to be, but it accommodates the complexity of the rating calculations internally. So again, we can rate at 30 million rates per second without touching the carrier APIs. That's opened up that upstream routing and the rules for cartization, other considerations. So I would say that innovation, the ability to run at scale, support decision-making upstream for label printing, plus no code configuration of those optimization instructions, which are now legion. So we have optimization instructions cover how to pack a carton, markups at a granular level for 3PLs, so important, where a shipper is in their discount tier, right? Because those could change every other week. Monitoring that and say, during execution, let's make sure we give the primary carrier, there will always be a primary carrier, a UPS, a FedEx, probably Amazon, USPS. But let's consider some of the regionals after we've satisfied our commitment to volume. It's good for the carriers because what we kept on hearing was from the regional carriers, we go into shippers and the shipper says, I'm afraid of using you because I'm afraid of you losing my discount. Just need to make data-driven decisions in real time.
Something you said really interesting where it's like, look, we depended on the innovation of the carriers at one point, right? And I'm glad that it's kind of changing. If I was to ask you just one number, how many carriers have you integrated in your lifetime? Into all applications combined?
Well, I would say most of the carriers you could name in North America, we've never really cracked the European market.
Only that's a pretty large number, right? By the way, out there, that's because that's not as oligopolic, let's call it, right, as it happens to be over here.
It's a different market, different considerations can be very regional, even within one carrier. So, probably 60 carriers.
Okay.
Yeah, and expanding.